Hey guys, it's me Dax coming to you live and direct from the very edge of the Grand Canyon. It's kind of, there it is right behind me, right? So basically just a quick check-in really. Do you remember when you first started your coaching business and what the reason for starting it was? I think when most of us actually branch out and actually decide to go and do our own thing, we're kind of getting away from, you know, what a lot of people say, the man, right? We're getting away from other people's imposed hours, their ways of working, their structures, their systems, their pay, their free time, everything that goes alongside of it. And we get kind of pissed off with that, and we say, hey, you know what, when I own my own business, when I'm kind of king or queen of my own kingdom, I'm going to do things different. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have absolutely everything the way I want it to be. I'm going to attract exactly the right clients for my business. I'm going to find exactly the right people who are willing to spend exactly the right amount of money for exactly the right kind of result or experience with me. And so what do? We go off and we start our businesses. And it feels like there's freedom initially, right? And we're euphoric normally when we very first start, right? So all excited, go out there into the world, and we go and kind of screw it up, because the very first thing we start to do is start to seek advice of other people, don't we? So we say, okay, well, how's a website supposed to be? And now we have a website expert who's telling us what to do. And then someone's saying, oh, but website's no good if you're not getting traffic to it. So now we're listening to traffic experts. And then you've got an SEO guy saying, yeah, but you need to be found in search engines. And then you've got the guys who come along and give you the advice about the Facebook strategies and the social media strategies and your blogging strategies and absolutely every other strategy that goes along. And before you know it, most of the joy of becoming self-employed or a business operator disappears, because rather than just having one boss, you've now got 10, 20, 30 bosses, not only telling you that pretty much you're doing things the wrong way, but telling you that you're an idiot for doing things the wrong way. So it's not really a surprise that most people who branch out on their own within a really short space of time get frustrated, overwhelmed, pissed off, sad, depressed, okay? Because rather than just having the one boss who they would report to every week, they have multiple bosses all telling them that they're not really up to scratch, that they're not quite doing things the right way. Does that sound familiar to you? Does that sound like something that's been happening for you in your career? Well, let me tell you, look, there's a big distinction to be made in operating your own business and operating a business for and on behalf of someone else. A huge distinction. And the primary distinction here is one that it should always serve you first, not the customer, not the client, not anybody else, not your marketplace or anything, but it should serve you first. When you set your business up, the primary job of setting a coaching business up really is not to serve the other clients. That's part of what you do, but the primary role is to serve you. So does your business make you happy? Does it put a smile on your face? Do you wake up every day and say, oh my God, I can't believe I get to do these amazing things with these amazing people, get paid so well, have X number of weeks off per year for vacation, or whatever it is that you always promised yourself you'd do when, you know, one day when you made it, you will, right? I always say to people when they first start coaching with me, what's the promise that you've made to yourself that you never kept? You know, that one day when I make it, I will promise, right? So the Grand Canyon is one of my one day when I make it, I will, right? I've by most people's standards, I've made it quite a long time ago. I make really good money, really good impact. I'm known around the world for what I do, but this is my first time visiting the Grand Canyon. But you know, this is one of my one day when I make it, I will. So I'm not a kind of person who is really focused on purely on the finances. The finances are to buy experiences for me, things that I get to do during my lifetime because I provided so much service to other people. And one of the things that happens when you end up with 10, 15, 20 bosses all telling you that you're doing a pretty crappy job is that you end up stressed to the gills, overworking, being underpaid. When you now start to figure out that actually within your business you're working 70, 80, 90, even 100 hours per week and trying to drive traffic and trying to wear 15 hats instead of just wearing the one that you're really good at, right? All the joy disappears, and so does all the reward. It's not anywhere near as enjoyable, it's not anywhere near as rewarding, and all the promises that you made to yourself about one day when you make it, you will, they all just kind of disappear. So this is, I guess, the first in a series of call outs for you to kind of remind you that your business should first and foremost serve you. It should be making you happy. Listen to people about their advice on how to get traffic and how to build a website, but ultimately look at your own stuff and say, how do I feel about this? Does it make me happy? Is it bringing the kind of experiences and people into my life that I really, really want? See, because we've been led to believe that you've got to follow the experts, otherwise you don't get the results, and it's just simply not true. Okay, I've certainly learned a lot from a lot of people. I wouldn't be so arrogant as to say that I've kind of created every single thing from scratch in my business and in my life, but I haven't done so at the expense of giving up myself to other people. I did in the early stages, and I hated it. And I know that's where a lot of coaches are right now. They're in this place where they really don't own their business anymore. Their business owns them. They've become a slave to their business. So my challenge to you is to start looking at life in a different way. Start looking at your business in a different way. Stop looking for done for you, because here's the biggest secret of everyone that I know who's really done amazingly in their careers. Everyone I know that's done amazingly in their careers. And remember, my clients have included royalty and pop stars and polar explorers and A-list celebrities and all manner of people, right? And then my coaching clients, business coaching clients, have gone on to do amazing things as well. Every single one of them discarded the concept of done for you. And every single one of them got really elbows deep in done by you. See, anything that's done for you is done by another person who may be passionate about the thing. They may be bloody good at it. They may be amazing, the world's best expert on driving traffic via Facebook ads. But one of the reasons that they're so good at it is because they love it. They absolutely adore doing it. You've got to find your way of showing up in the world in a way that you either only do the things you love, or you learn how to love each of the things that you do because you're coming at them from the most authentic perspective that you can possibly come from them. Okay, so over the next few videos, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can go about that. I'm going to be inviting you to show up in the world as a different version of yourself. Different to the way you've been showing up, a more authentic version of yourself, a version of yourself that absolutely adores everything you say, everything you do, everything that you're engaged in. Okay, I call this process guruing. I really believe that it's within the power of each and every one of us to become a real guru in this lifetime. And in tomorrow's video, I'll explain to you a little bit more what I mean by that. But ultimately, we're never going to be the guru. We're never going to be the person who shines the light on other people's darkness if we're in the darkness ourselves, if we are frustrated, overwhelmed, stressed, burned out, pissed off, and just really not enjoying most of what we do. It's great that you love coaching the actual client, right? But coaching the client for most of us turns into being a very small part of our business, an important part, but a small part. There's other things that are necessary, but we've got to find a way to love them, okay? So this has been me, Dax, at the edge of the Grand Canyon. Let's have another look. There we go, just down there. I'll be back again tomorrow with another message. Until then, take care.